video of subject essays. In our first video of essays, first video we have seen the using of globe and map. That's first chapter we have seen the using of globe and map. Now in the second unit, today we are going to start this second unit. Second chapter is the heat zone. Heat, we can see heat means हमें बहुत गर्मी लगती है. Like that words every time we use. बहुत गर्मी हो रही है. That heat, गर्माहट. That things is called heat zone. Now we have to see how many heat zones are there. How to sun rays is coming on the zones according to the North Pole and South Pole. First we'll see what is heat. You can also open your page number 217. This is page number 217 and I also read and you also listen carefully and see in your book. When I explain, please listen carefully. Chapter 2, the heat zones. When we talk about the weather of particular place, we refer to its temperature, air pressure, air humidity, clouds, winds and rainfall. That means first we talk about weather. What is weather? If I say today it's sunny weather, yesterday was cloudy weather and sometimes it's rains, then we say it's rainy today, today is rainy, today is cloudy, today is sunny. If we see today's weather, outside is sunny, so today's weather is sunny. That means the weather is telling us the information about the particular period. That means at evening it is cloudy, in noon time it is sunny. That means the particular time period temperature is telling us, it's called weather. Let's see again. If we talk about the weather of particular place, we refer to its temperature. What is their temperature? What is the air pressure, air humidity, clouds, winds and rainfall. The term weather is used to describe the atmosphere condition of day or a week. You please underline this line. The term weather. What is weather? The weather is used to describe. The weather is used to describe the atmosphere condition of day or for a week. That means whole day, if from the morning till evening it's raining. That means the weather is raining. And since morning to the night it's cloudy. That means the weather is cloudy. That means weather tell us the atmosphere condition. Weather tell us the atmosphere condition of particular day or of particular week. That means the weather is limited for a one day or it is limited for a week. That means and weather describe the atmosphere condition. Atmosphere condition means the surrounding weather, how it is. That means the atmosphere condition. That means it is sunny condition, it is cloudy condition or it is rainy condition. That means the weather tell us, the weather describe the atmosphere condition of particular day or of a week. That is called weather. So, and the climate. Now weather is different. The weather is for the particular time. Weather is for the particular week or it is for particular day and it is for a short time. Weather describes the atmosphere condition for a short time. Now let's see what is climate. Climate is the average weather condition over a long period of time. That means now weather is for short period time and climate is for long period time. So we'll see what is climate. Till that time you just note down this diagram in your notebook. Now what we have seen, weather is the weather describe the short period, but climate describe the atmosphere condition for a long period. That means there is difference between weather and climate. That means weather describe the atmosphere condition for a short time and climate describe the atmosphere condition for a long time. But how? Let's see. Climate is the average weather condition over a long period of time, usually 20 or 30 years. And we have seen the weather for one day or for 1 week atmosphere condition it tells. But the climate tells us the weather tell us the atmosphere condition of 20 or 30 years. That means it is very long period. We say yesterday we had sunny weather, today is cloudy. When we say Indonesia has an equatorial hot, wet climate, it means it is hot and wet all through the year. England has a temperate climate where one day may be cold, the next day may be hot, and India has a tropical monsoon climate. Now what here is, yesterday we said today is sunny, yesterday was cloudy and tomorrow can be rainy. That means this is weather. But if we say the atmosphere condition of another country, if we say the atmosphere condition of another country, then what we say? The Indonesia has an equatorial hot wet climate. If we are talking about today's or 1 week atmosphere, then it's weather, and if we are talking about the long period climate, then it's called climate. And if we are talking about here England or Indonesia, so it is called climate. So Indonesia has an equatorial hot and wet climate. That means every time there is hot or wet climate whole year. And it means it is hot and wet all through the year. That means this climate is telling us describing the atmosphere condition of Indonesia, and Indonesia whole year, in Indonesia whole year there is a hot and wet climate. Yes. Now England has a temperate climate where one day may be cold and next day may be hot. Temperate climate, that means someday it is hot and someday it is cold. It is called the temperate climate. That means in England someday it is cold and someday it is hot. It is temperate climate. And where one day may be cold and the next day may be hot. In India has a tropical monsoon climate. India has a tropical monsoon climate. That means 4 months summer, 4 means winter, and 4 months rainy. That means tropical climate in India. The climate of a place is determined by the amount of heat a place receives from the sun. Study the following diagram. The climate of a place is determined the amount of heat a place receives from the sun. Now you see this diagram. This is North Pole and this is South Pole. Some countries are coming at the upper side of the earth. It's called a North Pole, and some country is coming at the middle part of this planet, and some country is coming at the down part of this planet. It is South Pole. The upper part is North Pole and this down part is South Pole. And here the sun rays. This is sun rays. That means in the middle equator. This is equator part. So in the middle the sun rays is directly fall down. The sun rays is directly fall down. But if you see at the North Pole and at the South Pole, you see the sun rays is slanting. The sun rays is slanting. It is not directly coming there. It is little slanting, like that and like that. But if you see at the middle, the sun rays is directly coming here. That's why this part is too hot. Which country is coming at the middle of this planet? it will be very hot because the sun rays is directly coming at the middle part of this earth. And if you see, if any country is at the north pole, at the upper place, at the planet, so the sun rays is coming there slanting. It's coming slanting. That means the sun rays is coming very late, and it's coming. It's going very late from the north pole and from at the upper countries. And here also, if you see at the down part, at the south pole, there is also the sun rays is coming slanting. It's falling slanting at the south pole. That's why this pole and this pole at the upper side and this down side is little warm, but not too hot. And this middle part is totally hot just because the sun rays is coming directly on that. And at the north pole and at the south pole, the sun rays is coming slowly and slanting. Now what is in the next? You can see that the sun rays have to travel a shorter distance to reach a equator, and they spread over a small area. As I have explained, this is equator area. This is equator area, and the sun rays directly travel on this area, and it spread in a small place. So you can see that the sun rays have to travel a shorter distance. That means this distance is very short, and it's come directly on the equator part. And if the heat is totally spread in a small area, therefore they carry maximum heat. The sun rays is carrying maximum heat. The sun rays is carrying maximum heat with it, and is spreading it at that equator part, and is spreading in the small part of this area. So the sun rays is coming directly on the equator part and traveling a maximum heat, bringing the maximum heat over there. Towards the poles, the rays have to travel longer and spread over a large area. And here at the poles, this north pole and the south pole, it takes a time. It takes a time to spread a sun rays, and it spread at all the area. And the sun rays take heat, but it's spreading all the area, and it takes a time to spread the heat over there. Therefore the heat is less. Because the sun rays is taking a short time. It's taking so long time. Here sun rays is taking short time to spread the heat, and it's spread in small area. That's why the maximum heat is, you can see in this equator part of the planet of the earth. And here if you see, the sun rays is taking very long distance. This distance is very long. That's why this is in the slanting type, and it takes a long time to take the sun rays to the poles, and it spread it all over the area, so that there is a less heat. You can see the maximum heat in the middle part, equator part of the earth, and the less heat at the south pole and north pole. Now let's see how many heat zones are there. Here heat zones are divided, and it's nicely described. So there are types of heat zones, because our chapter name is only the heat zones. So there are 3 heat zones. First is torrid heat zone, second is temperate zone, and third is frigid zone. Torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. But why it's called the torrid zone, and why it's called the temperate zone, and why it's called the frigid zone? Let's see now. First, see the torrid zone. In each hemisphere, the torrid zone extends from 0 Celsius to 23.5 Celsius. In the torrid zone, the sun rays are direct. Thus, the temperature are the highest and humidity is high. Torrid means very hot. Torrid means very hot. So, see, you can see in this diagram, this is, I just draw here the sun. Now see, if this is Earth, this middle is the torrid zone, and we have seen in this first diagram, we have seen in the equator this torrid zone. This middle is called the torrid zone, and sun rays is directly coming on the torrid zone. It's directly coming on this equator part and take very less time to spread the heat. That's why this middle part is maximum. The sun rays carry the maximum heat at the equator part, and here these zones are divided. So this middle zone is called torrid zone. This middle part is called the torrid zone. Half torrid zone is coming at the north pole and half torrid zone is coming at the south pole. So here in this torrid means heat, too hot. Torrid means too hot because the sun rays is directly coming on the torrid zone and it's carry maximum heat. That's why this torrid, this equator area is very hot. The which country is coming in this torrid zone? That country has a maximum heat. That country has a maximum heat. So the sun rays is coming directly, and with a short time is coming directly on the torrid zone and spread in on a small area. That's why here the heat, you can see a maximum heat at the torrid zone. Thus, the temperature at the highest and humidity is high. That means वहाँ का टेम्परेचर बहुत हाई होता है और गर्मी भी बहुत होती है, क्योंकि सनराइज डायरेक्ट इक्वेटर जोन पे टोरिड जोन पे जाता है, और जो कंट्री ये एरिया में आती है, ये मिडल जोन पे, इट इज सो हॉट और वहाँ का टेम्परेचर भी काफ़ी हॉट होता है और ह्यूमिडिटी भी बहुत हाई होती है, because the sunrise is directly falling here, and and the sunrise takes very less time to spread over in the middle area. It's called torrid zone. So this middle part is called a torrid zone. Torrid zone, and the heat is so great that the air gets heated and rise upwards, cools and fall rains. Therefore, is a vertical current of air. This is no horizontal movement of air. That means from 5 degree N to 5 degree S near the equator, the heat is so great that the air gets heated and rise upward, cools and fall as रेन. दैट मीन जो बाष्पीभवन हम जिसे बोलते हैं वो यहाँ इस जोन में ज़्यादा होता है, राइट, क्योंकि हीट बहुत ज़्यादा है और हीट ज़्यादा होने के कारण समुद्र, नदी, वहाँ जाके बाष्पीभवन होके वो क्लाउड बनते हैं, फिर रेनफॉल भी हो सकता है. सो इट कैन बी समटाइम्स कूल एंड समटाइम्स इट कैन बी रेन्स ऑल्सो एट दैट एरिया. Now see the temperate zone. First, I show you where is the temperate zone. This is south temperate zone and this is north temperate zone. In this both zone, the sun rays are coming at a slanting way. Sun rays is coming at the in slanting way. This middle is torrid zone, it's too hot area, and this is the slanting. Sun rays is coming slanting here at the north temperate zone, and this is south temperate zone. So let's see between the Tropic of Cancer. So this area is called tropic. As we have seen, the torrid area is called equator. This torrid area zone, this north torrid zone, south torrid zone, this both is called equator. So like that only, the north temperate zone and south temperate zone is called tropic area. It's called tropic Cancer area. Between the tropic Cancer and the North Arctic Circle 66.5 Celsius A, and the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 Celsius S, the Antarctic Circle 66.5 Celsius S, the sun rays are slanting and are not so warm. That means here in the torrid zone, equatorial area, the heat is coming directly. That's why this area is too hot. But if you see at the temperate zone, north temperate zone and south temperate zone, the sun rays is falling in a slanting way. The sun rays is falling slanting way, and it takes too much time. That's why this area is not that much hot. And the sun rays is not that much warm. The temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. It is temperate or moderate. Rainfall is not heavy. Remember, this applies to zone as a whole. Within the temperate zone, climate differs from place to place. That means in this area at the temperate zone and the north temperate zone and the south temperate zone, the sun rays is coming at a slanting way, and it takes too much time, and these sun rays are not that much hot. So at here climate, if you see here climate, the climate is not too hot and not too cold. That means it is temperate climate. It is temperate climate means not that much hot and not that much cold. Moderate climate. So rainfall is also there, that is not that much heat and not that much rainfall is there, and not that much winter is there. Within the temperate zone, climate differs from place to place. Places near the coast have a milder climate. Places deep inside the continent have more extreme temperature. Whether the places lie on the eastern or western side, continents also make a difference, as the direction of wind has to be considered. The height of a place from sea level, that is its altitude. That means in short, you just have to get that in this area it is not that much hot and this is not that much cold. Not that much hot, not that much cold, and not heavy rainfall is there. That means the maximum it's maximum hot and maximum cold, and no heavy rainfall is there. But if you compare this temperate zone to torrid zone, this torrid zone is too hot because the sun rays is directly coming here, and it's take in a short period the heat spread all over the torrid zone. But if you see in the temperate zone, sun rays takes too much time to spread all at the temperate zone, on the temperate zone, and it's not that much warm. Now the frigid zone. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. The frigid zone you can see at the South Pole last point, and here also the North frigid zone. One frigid zone is coming at the down and one frigid zone is coming at north side. North frigid zone and this is south frigid zone. So this area is called, this north frigid zone is called Arctic Circle, and this south frigid zone is called Antarctic Circle. Right? As we have seen, this torrid zone is called equator, and this temperate zone is called Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Like that, only the frigid zone is also, the south frigid zone is called Antarctic Circle, and the north frigid zone is called Arctic Circle. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Frigid means very cold. Frigid means very cold. That means the sun rays also coming here. The sun rays is coming here at a slanting way, and it takes too much time. And at the South Pole area and the North Pole area, it's too hot. Sorry, it's too cold. This middle area is too hot, and this temperate area is little, not that much hot and not that much cold. But this frigid area, this north frigid zone and south frigid zone, these are too cold. These are too cold. Frigid means very cold. In this zone, the rays of the sun fall in slanted. Here also the sun rays are falling slanted way. Here also the slanted way. Here also the slanted way. But it takes little long distance. This is also long distance. So it takes too much time to reach at the frigid zone, and it is too cold. The sun rays is falling at the slanting way manner. Because of this, they have hardly any warmth. Hardly it is warm. But this area is totally little snowy. Its area is little snowy and little warm only. Hardly it is warm only. The earth's surface does not get heated. If any country is coming at the south frigid zone or at north frigid zone, the earth of there, the land is not heated. The land is not heated. The earth's surface does not get heated. This zone has long and very cold winter and short summer. In that area, you see very long winter. You can see, that means every time you feel the cold there. Every time you feel the cold there, but there is long winter and very short summer is there. It is called the permafrost. It means this zone has long, very cold winter and short summer. The ground is frozen most of the time. That means the ground of that area, the land of that area is totally frozen. It's too cold, it's totally frozen, and snowy is there. So that frozen land is called permafrost. It's called the permafrost. It means the subsoil is always frozen. The land of that area, of that frozen area is always frozen, and it's called the permafrost. And there may be snowfall in winter. In winter also there are always, because it has a long winter and short summer. But if you see there, so in winter there are snowfall, you can see. In summer the sun never sets, and in summer the sun never sets, but it's not warm also. The sun never sets, but the sunlight has no heat. That means the sunlight is also cold there, because this area is totally frozen. The land of that frigid area is totally frozen. So in the summer season also the sunlight has not heat. In winter it's too dark for 3 months in most places in this zone. And in winter snowfall is also there. In this frigid area, in winter you can see the snowfall, and 3 months is totally dark. That means it feels like a night. The Arctic Circle has darkness for 24 hours
See this Arctic Circle, it is darkness for 24 hours only.
For 24 hours at the North Pole for 6 months, and the period of darkness in various in the region of lies in between. Thus, the heat zones have different climate region. For example, the equatorial, the tropical monsoon, and the temperate, and so on. That means heat zone have a different climate. On North Pole, you can see the different climate. North frigid zone and south frigid zone is too cold area. It's too cold, that's why, and their lands are totally frozen. So it's called the permafrost. And in winter you can see there the snowfall also. In summer the sun is also not that much heat. So this area is totally frozen. And in the temperate zone this area is not that much hot and not that much cold. And this torrid zone is totally hot because the sun rays is directly coming from the torrid zone. So this torrid zone is called equator, and the frigid zone is called Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle, and the temperate zone is called Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. I hope student you got this lesson. Question answer will provide you. Now you also have to draw this diagram in your notebook. This is your homework, to draw this two diagram in your notebook and study of these two diagram. And question answer we will provide you very soon. So I hope you all understood the heat zone and its type and how the sun rays are following on this North Pole, South Pole and equator part. So let's meet in our next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and thank you.